Have you ever felt like your mind is a browser with 100 tabs open, and you can't focus on a single one? Welcome to our guide on mastering focus while studying. I'm here to share some unconventional wisdom that goes beyond the typical advice you've likely heard before. Let's explore the hidden facets of focus that can revolutionize your study sessions. First, let's address the elephant in the room, your environment. But we're not talking about a tidy desk or noise-canceling headphones. Instead, consider the concept of cognitive load in your surroundings. Research shows that even seemingly insignificant visual stimuli can occupy valuable mental resources. Take a moment to scan your study area. Are there objects that trigger unrelated thoughts or memories? That family photo might spark nostalgia, while that pile of bills could induce stress. These subtle distractions accumulate, leaving less cognitive capacity for your studies. To combat this, create a focus zone that's devoid of personal items. This doesn't mean a sterile environment, but rather one curated for learning. Incorporate elements that prime your brain for study. For instance, use color psychology to your advantage. Blue hues have been shown to enhance cognitive performance, while yellow can boost creativity. Consider painting a wall or using colored lights to harness these effects. Now, let's delve into the realm of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers in your brain that influence focus. Dopamine, often called the reward chemical, plays a crucial role in maintaining attention. But here's the catch: our modern world is saturated with dopamine triggers, from social media notifications to streaming services. This constant stimulation can lead to a phenomenon called dopamine desensitization, making it harder to find satisfaction in less immediately rewarding tasks, like studying. To recalibrate your dopamine system, implement a dopamine fast before study sessions. This means abstaining from high-stimulation activities for a set period. Start with 30 minutes and gradually increase. You'll likely experience initial discomfort, but push through. This reset can make studying feel more rewarding and engaging. Next, let's explore the concept of ultradian rhythms. While you've probably heard of circadian rhythms, ultradian rhythms are lesser known, but equally important. These are natural cycles of high and low energy that occur throughout the day, typically lasting 90 to 120 minutes. By aligning your study sessions with these rhythms, you can harness periods of peak focus. To identify your ultradian rhythms, keep a log of your energy levels every 30 minutes for a few days. Look for patterns of high alertness followed by dips in energy. Schedule your most challenging tasks during your high-energy periods and use the low-energy times for review or less demanding work. Now, let's talk about a counterintuitive approach to focus: structured distraction. The Zeigarnik effect states that unfinished tasks tend to stay in our minds, potentially distracting us from the task at hand. Instead of fighting these thoughts, harness them. Before starting your study session, write down any pressing thoughts or tasks on a parking lot list. This act of externalization can free up mental space, allowing you to focus more fully on your studies. Another powerful technique is the dual and back task. This cognitive training exercise has been shown to improve working memory and fluid intelligence, both crucial for maintaining focus. Here's how it works. You're presented with a sequence of visual and auditory stimuli and must indicate when a stimulus matches one from n steps earlier in the sequence. Start with 2 back and gradually increase difficulty. Incorporating this exercise into your routine can enhance your ability to juggle multiple pieces of information, a skill directly applicable to studying complex subjects. Let's move on to the physical aspect of focus. The mind-body connection is often overlooked in discussions about concentration. One fascinating area of research is the relationship between posture and cognitive function. Studies have shown that an upright posture can increase blood flow to the brain, enhancing focus and problem-solving abilities. But don't just sit up straight, consider dynamic sitting. Use a balanced ball chair or a standing desk to engage your core muscles. This subtle physical engagement can keep you alert and focused for longer periods. Breathing techniques are another powerful tool in your focus arsenal. The 4-7-8 technique, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, can quickly shift your nervous system from a state of stress to one of calm focus. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. This pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing anxiety and sharpening concentration. Incorporate this technique at the start of your study session and whenever you feel your focus wavering. Now, let's explore the concept of micro-goals and their impact on sustained focus. Our brains are wired to seek immediate rewards, which can make long study sessions feel daunting. Break your study material into the smallest possible units of information. Instead of aiming to study Chapter 5, set micro-goals like understand the first paragraph on page 132. This approach provides frequent hits of dopamine as you achieve each micro-goal, maintaining motivation and focus. Another unconventional technique is error-driven learning. Our brains are highly attuned to mistakes, a trait that evolved to keep us safe from potential threats. Leverage this by intentionally making errors in your study process. For example, before reading a new chapter, try to answer questions about the topic based on your current knowledge. The process of recognizing and correcting these errors can lead to deeper understanding and improved retention. Let's discuss the power of multisensory learning. While we often rely heavily on visual information when studying, incorporating other senses can dramatically enhance focus and retention. Create a scent anchor by using a specific essential oil only when studying a particular subject. Similarly, use kinesthetic learning to your advantage. Instead of passively reading, engage in embodied cognition by physically acting out concepts. For abstract ideas, create representative gestures. This multisensory approach not only improves focus but also creates multiple pathways for memory retrieval. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: digital distractions. Instead of completely avoiding technology, harness its power to enhance focus. Use apps that gamify the study process, turning it into a rewarding challenge. For instance, Forest allows you to plant virtual trees that grow while you focus, creating a visual representation of your productivity. Consider the Pomodoro technique with a twist. Instead of rigid 25-minute intervals, align your work periods with your natural Ultradian rhythms. Use a variable interval timer that randomly signals between 20 and 40 minutes. This unpredictability can keep you on your toes, preventing the mind from wandering in anticipation of a break. Let's explore the concept of productive procrastination. Sometimes, forcing focus can be counterproductive. When you feel resistance to a particular task, redirect that energy towards a related but less daunting activity. For example, if you're struggling to write an essay, start by creating a detailed outline or researching a subtopic. This approach maintains engagement with the subject while allowing your subconscious to process the main task. Nutrition plays a crucial role in maintaining focus, but let's go beyond the usual advice of staying hydrated and avoiding sugar crashes. Consider the impact of specific nutrients on cognitive function. For instance, tyrosine, an amino acid found in foods like eggs and spinach, is a precursor to dopamine and can enhance cognitive flexibility. Incorporate these foods into your pre-study meals. Additionally, the timing of your meals can impact focus. The second meal effect suggests that what you eat at one meal can influence your cognitive performance at the next. A balanced breakfast with a mix of complex carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats can set you up for improved focus during a late morning or early afternoon study session. Lastly, let's discuss the power of metacognition, thinking about your thinking. Develop a habit of regularly assessing your focus levels and the effectiveness of your study techniques. Keep a focus journal where you record your mental state, the techniques you used, and their outcomes. This self-reflection can help you identify patterns and refine your approach over time. Remember, mastering focus is a skill that requires practice and patience. These techniques may feel awkward or ineffective at first, but persist. The brain is remarkably plastic, capable of rewiring itself in response to new habits and challenges. As we conclude, I encourage you to approach your studies with a spirit of experimentation. Try these techniques, observe their effects, and adapt them to your unique cognitive style. The path to improved focus is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but a personalized journey of discovery. By implementing these strategies, you're not just enhancing your study skills, you're cultivating a focused mind that will serve you well beyond academics. So, are you ready to transform your study sessions and unlock your full potential? The power to focus is within your grasp. Now go forth and conquer those books.